There's this odd feeling of emptiness in the older versions of Minecraft. I don't mean that in regards to a lack of fulfilling gameplay mechanics or things to accomplish. Whenever I'm playing in these old versions, there's this sense of isolation. I think that a lot of this has to do with the lack of any structures. Barring dungeons, this is a truly empty world. There are many structures in the modern game that are created by villagers, piglins, illagers, and other races of mobs that sort of make you feel as though you're a part of a pre-existing world. Old versions of the game don't have these locales, and I find that it transforms the atmosphere of the game into something very different from current iterations of the game. The feeling of loneliness you get in old versions of Minecraft is one that can be endearing as it is eerie. There have been so many times when playing where I think I just see something in that fog. I think that's one of the main reasons there were so many creepypastas about Minecraft back when these old versions were the newest. Herobrine seems pretty believable in an era before dumping the entire contents of a game on release day became commonplace. I think the fog brings this feeling of the unknown. You don't know what to expect, you don't know what's out there. It's frightening in a sense. I think that's why people resonate with old Minecraft so much. People wish they could go back to a time when the unknown was exciting and refreshing. When looking at things through the lens of an adult, where you have a far greater understanding of the mechanics behind video games, it's easy to write off these old urban legends as nothing more than hoaxes made to mess with people. But I think they're emblematic of a simpler time where people didn't know every mechanic, Easter egg, and trick. People were experiencing Minecraft for the first time, and in a lot of ways, I think you could still have this experience again in older versions. I think one of the biggest strengths of the older versions were the terrain generation found in them. There are all sorts of unexplainable landmarks you can find in these old worlds that lead to a greater sense of discovery and wonder. There are a lot of overhangs, cliff sides, floating islands, and other strange phenomenon that make the worlds feel very fantastical and otherworldly. For the most part, terrain in modern Minecraft is fairly realistic to real-life geography. You have over 60 biomes that feel distinct and separate from each other in your worlds, whereas older Minecraft features a very limited pool of incredibly similar biomes that sort of lead to this odd feeling you get when playing. The infinite nature of the game feels larger in some ways, as the world feels like an infinite loop of the same biomes with different characteristics and features. I know some people may find that boring, and I certainly understand the appeal of all the biomes, but I think people associate Minecraft with the forests, oceans, and deserts that you find in these old versions. Anything else to me feels like extra goodies on the side. Again, this is my opinion, and I understand if you don't share it, but that's just how I feel about it. Another factor that leads to the loneliness and isolation of old Minecraft is the limited block selection. The selection of colors available in buildings is far less than modern versions of the games, which lead to builds feeling far more simplistic while also looking much better than they would in modern versions. There isn't as much to work with, so things that would be considered ugly in these modern versions seem a lot nicer looking. I think that this limited block palette leads to a creepier feeling than modern versions. A lot of these blocks feel very artificial, and dare I say, builds can feel liminal when placed against the backdrop of your worlds. And I don't mean artificial in the way many might be thinking. I think it simply provides a greater juxtaposition between terrain and builds that isn't found in new versions. Thanks to the lack of structures and limited block palette, it's very easy to tell when something is player-made or not. So, in conclusion, old Minecraft's scary and lonely, the end. No, that's not just it. We live in a time where a generation of kids that have grown up playing Minecraft are entering college, trade schools, and general society. I'm certainly in that boat myself. The reason that many of us look back on these versions and feel a sense of loneliness is because deep down, a lot of us are reminded of what used to be. Nostalgia is a powerful tool. I can't lie when I say that a lot of the appeal of these old versions for me is to try and relive bygone memories. It's ironic, really. As a kid, all you ever want to do is grow up and be an adult, but the second you get there, you want to rewind the clock. This isn't meant to be some sort of doomer rant. I'm very happy and excited for what the future holds for me, but there's always that urge to go back. Everyone wants to experience the idealism of their childhoods just one more time. They want to be able to remember a time where there were no deadlines, no responsibilities, and most importantly, no worries. In the search for the old days, people tend to gravitate towards the things they remember the most from their childhood, Minecraft being one of them. Within these old versions is a part of us, distant memories floating around in a clouded mind. Memories of our first night in fending off zombies. Memories of discovering our favorite YouTubers. Memories of taking turns playing on a friend's family computer. Memories of growing up, maybe drifting away from Minecraft at times, but always returning for the happiness and comfort it brings. Minecraft is not the same game we once knew, but that's not a bad thing. Somewhere out there, there's a kid that's falling in love with a different kind of Minecraft than you and I experienced. And I think that's beautiful. No matter what updates Mojang put out, and no matter how many people still play, the heart and soul of Minecraft will carry on within the memories of the millions of lives it has touched. Old Minecraft lives on in us.